Hari Om, welcome to IKSA, the Indian Knowledge Studies Academy. Our endeavor is to ignite the young minds and to spread awareness about the basic fundamental concepts of Sanatana Dharma for an enlightened ethical living amongst the youth and the public. It is essential as Indians, Hindus and Sanatanis for each one of us at some point of time, better from the childhood. It becomes the responsibility of the parents, and there is a compelling need for all the majority Indians and the Hindus to become and to be practicing Hindus rather than just be pseudo-seculars anymore. In order to help that cause, that noble cause, we have created the Indian Knowledge Studies Academy, and in order to provide the basic fundamental concepts without getting into any complication or depth or details, and to foster quick and simple learning among the restless youth of the current generation, our endeavor has been to create this comprehensive course of 36 Chambers of Sanatan with about 100 topics, each one not exceeding 1 page or 1.5 page of the notes, or no short video of mine will exceed in many cases not more than 10 minutes, so that people will be easily able to quickly learn in simple terms what is essential and basic for them to know. And once we create that awareness and ignite the young minds, they could further pursue the advanced levels of these courses and pursue deeper knowledge and understanding for enlightened and ethical living. As a part of our endeavor, these are my short talks. The last but not the least of the topics that I have been covering is the significance of number 64 as the 36th chamber. Let us briefly understand what is the significance of number 64 in Sanatana Dharma. The number 64 holds deep spiritual, philosophical and artistic significance in Sanatana Dharma. It represents divine knowledge, cosmic principles, arts and sciences, forming the foundation of various sacred traditions. The 64 kalas, arts and skills. No other civilization or the religion in the world has ever given an elaborate account of such details about the art forms in the form of 64 kalas like our Sanatana Dharma has given. It would be great for all of us to learn the ancient, infinite, invaluable wisdom. And our endeavor is to provide the basic concepts like this. In ancient Hindu tradition, Lord Krishna and Goddess Saraswati are associated with 64 kalas, arts and skills, which include knowledge of music, dance, warfare, poetry, and various sciences. These were essential for holistic development in Vedic education. While I am going to quickly give you an account of all the 64 kalas and their list, it would be beneficial for students, discerning students, to pursue further with more details. Singing, Geet Vidya, playing musical instruments, Vadya Vidya, dancing, Natya Vidya, painting, Chitra Vidya, storytelling, Akhyayika Kala, grammar and linguistic, Vyakarana Vidya, alchemy and chemistry, Rasayana Vidya, mathematics, Ganita Vidya, Ayurveda, medicine and healing, mantra and tantra knowledge, jewelry making, Manibhumika Karma, cooking and culinary skills, Paka Vidya. The 64 kalas form the basis of Vedic education, essential for balanced and cultured life. They emphasize art, science and spiritual growth. Krishna is considered the master of all 64 kalas. While it is It may take a longer time, and for your easy understanding, I've just touched upon some of the 64 kalas, but it would be worthwhile at least to know the names of all the 64 Chatushrashti kalas. There are Chatushrashti Yogini Devatas, divine goddesses in Tantra. The Tantric worship, there are 64 yoginis who are powerful manifestations of Shakti, divine feminine energy. They are worshipped in special yogini temples such as Hirapur in Odisha, is to just give one. And there may be several other temples and households who are the scholars of the Tantric Vidya and practitioners of Tantra from a proper tradition and proper guru parampara. They represent different cosmic energies guiding devotees towards self-realization and siddhis. Associated with Tantric and Kundalini practices, worship of the 64 yoginis grants spiritual power and wisdom. It is very clearly significant, and we can find it in Lalita Sahasranama, Maha Chatushrashti Yogini Ganasevita, like that. That is the reference. There are 64 Bhairavas, forms of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva in his fierce form manifests as 64 Bhairavas who control different aspects of the universe. These forms are often grouped into 8 categories, Ashta Bhairavas, with each having 8 sub-forms, making a total of 64 Bhairavas. Bhairavas protect dharma, righteousness. Worshipping them removes fears and grants liberation, mukti or moksha. The 64 tantras are also there, which are sacred scriptures of Tantra Yoga. Tantra texts focus on mantras, rituals, meditation and Kundalini awakening. There are 64 major Tantra scriptures divided into Shaiva Tantra related to Shiva, Shakta Tantra related to Devi Shakti, Vaishnava Tantra related to Vishnu, Buddhist and Jaina Tantras are also there. They provide advanced spiritual techniques for liberation and divine realization. The 64 crore yogic nadis are there, energy channels in our body. According to Yoga and Ayurveda, the human body has 64 crore nadis, subtle energy channels through which prana, life force flows. The 3 main nadis are Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, but the finer energy pathways sum up to 64 crores. Significance helps in spiritual awakening through pranayama, breath control, and Kundalini yoga. Balances physical, mental, and spiritual health. There are 64 Jyotisha yogas, astrological combinations as well. Jyotisha Vedic astrology describes 64 important yogas, which are planetary combinations that influence destiny. These yogas decide wealth, wisdom, power, and spiritual inclination in a person's life. They are all used to predict fate and karmic influences. The 64 Ankaras, sacred syllables in Mantra Shastra. In Mantra Shastra, there are 64 sacred syllables used for divine chanting and invoking cosmic energies. These are part of advanced meditation and mantra sadhana. They help in spiritual empowerment and self-realization. The number 64 in Sanatana Dharma represents divine completeness, cosmic energy, and mastery over arts, science, and spiritual wisdom. Whether in the arts, kalas, tantra, yogini, and bhairava tantras, yoga, nadis, or astrology yogas, these numbers signifies a deep connection between the material and the spiritual worlds, guiding seekers toward knowledge, power, and ultimate liberation, moksha. Significance of 64 kalas, arts, and 64 upacharas, ritual offerings in Sanatana Dharma. The 64 kalas, arts, and skills. The 64 kalas, arts are various skills and knowledge systems mentioned in Hindu scriptures, especially in relation to Lord Krishna, who was a master of all these arts. Sakala Kala Vallabha, that's what we call. These kalas are very essential in education, culture, and daily life in ancient India. It would be worthwhile for all of us to know at least the names of the 64 kalas. I will quickly run you through the names. Singing Gita Vidya, playing musical instrument Vada Vidya, dancing Natya Vidya, painting Chitra Vidya, storytelling Akhyayika Vidya, poetry Kavya Vidya, drama and theatre Abhinay Vidya, grammar is Vyakarana Vidya, mathematics Ganita Vidya, Ayurveda, medicine and healing, magic and illusion Indrajala Vidya, Mantra Shastra, sacred chants, jewelry making, Manibhumika Karma, cooking Paka Vidya, water sports Jalakrida Vidya, alchemy, Rasayana Vidya, gardening, Vrikshayurveda. These arts like that, these arts were part of Gurukul education and ensuring holistic development. They represent harmony between creativity, intellect and spirituality. Krishna is the perfect master of these kalas, symbolizes divine excellence in both material and spiritual life. It has been our endeavor and many private and government bodies, including our central government, when they came up with the Indian knowledge systems or the Bharati Jnana Parampara, IKSA division in the Ministry of Education, and mandated all the educational institutions to introduce these kind of education, ancient wisdom, the Sanatana Vidya and practices for the benefit of the true Indian, Hindustani, Hindu Bandhus and Bharatiyas, to feel proud to have possessed for over millennia such divine, infinite, invaluable wisdom with us. But unfortunately, because of the various invaders and people onslaught on both our material, social, spiritual ethos of this country, it is time that with right will of the government and the leadership, it is important and it is compelling need more than ever for all of us to learn at least the basic fundamental concepts of the Indian knowledge studies and Indian knowledge system and invaluable ancient wisdom of great Bharat. The 64 upacharas, offerings in worship, we have discussed earlier the Shodasopacharas, but in elaborate ritual and worship and the puja, the Hindu rituals and temple worship upacharas refer to ceremonial offerings made to the deity as an expression of devotion and gratitude. Traditionally, 16 upacharas, Shodasopacharas we have discussed are offered in daily pujas, but in grand ritual 64 upacharas are offered. Some of them are grouped in 5 main categories: preparation and welcome, Purvanga upacharas, which is Avahana, Asana, Padya, Arghya, Achamana, Madhuparka, Snana, Vastra. Beautification and decoration is Yajnopavita, Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa, Chandana, Alankara, Kumkuma. Food and refreshments Naivedya is Paniyodaka, Phala, Anna, Payasa, Laddu or sweet, Tambula and Panchamrita. The entertainment and service Nritya, Vadya, Kirtana, Chamara, Chhatra, Vastra and even Andolika, Ashwa, Gajarohana type of things are also there. And Prarthana, Namaskara, Mantra Pushpa, Arati, Stuti and Visarjana are the last set of the Upachara. The list extends up to 64 offerings, which include variations of the above such as different types of flowers, incense and food offerings. I have covered the key aspects of the 64 Upacharas. They represent total surrender and devotion to the divine, used in temple worship and grand Vedic rituals, expresses bhakti devotion through various sensory offerings, ensures divine satisfaction, invoking blessings and grace. To conclude, both 64 Kalas and 64 Upacharas represent the full expression of devotion, creativity and spiritual discipline in Sanatana Dharma, which, while 64 Kalas refine human excellence and cultural achievements, the 64 Upacharas deepen one's connection with the divine, making worship's complete experience of devotion, service and surrender. Thus, I have comprehensively covered the basic fundamental aspects which are essential for the beginners to learn from the invaluable ancient wisdom of Sanatana Dharma through our course module 36 Chambers of Sanatan in a simple manner, without any complication, with a short span of a short video I've covered all the 36 themes and then the chambers for the benefit of simple and quick learning of the restless, clueless beginners and majority of the Indians and the so-called Hindus and Sanatanis, for their benefit to learn the basic concepts and pursue further deeper learning, advanced learning, apply the invaluable wisdom practically into their daily lives and make good habits and good practices Sanatan GPS to track, as a GPS tracker would help you to find your location. These our GPS tracker, these good practices of Sanatan will help us to locate our true self and our nobler and the best self. We fondly hope, we believe and trust, and we assure you that our courses of basic and advanced will help you in that direction to lead enlightened lives as proud Indians and responsible global citizens. Wish you all the best and have a great learning. We look forward for each one of you. If you are watching my video like this, means you have already subscribed and enrolled for our basic or advanced course. Be fortunate, feel good about it that you have made a right decision to opt for this simple and quick learning. You would realize that the investment that you are putting now, how helpful it would be to shape your future and your children's future in the years and generations to come. Otherwise, we have no reason to proclaim that we are Indians and we can uphold the civilization, the heritage, the culture, and the invaluable, infinite Indian wisdom for benefit of the humanity only by learning and spreading this awareness. I hope each one of you will spread this awareness in your immediate circles, and each one of you will spread and share with 3 others, friends or family friends of yours, like it is told in a movie. And that's how we can increase and spread this great Jnana Yajna. And I invite you to be part of my not-to-profit noble venture of this Indian Knowledge Studies Academy, and I look forward for a great learning for you and to your primary, secondary, tertiary networks, eventually for a Viksit Bharat and a great Vishwaguru. Thank you very much. Hari Om Tat Sat.